Okay, so continuing on where we left off. Oh yeah, I did some, rearranging of the room here. We have our pawn and it moves, right? This was the last assignment that we did. He's doing the run man over there. Let's grab him back. All right, so we have our pawn that can move around. We had our different guys that we created just to show the possession. We have the possession now part of this. And today we're going to do a pickup. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is create an actor. We'll just go ahead and call that pickup. Okay, and now we can go over to our code. We're not going to do anything in any of these. The assignment reads that we need to be able to do a pickup and need to have it interact. So text on the screen. I believe that would satisfy the criteria. So we're going to start with the header file, and in here we're going to just add a couple things. Starting with the, okay, now we have engine.h, and we're going to also, all right, so we're going to go ahead and add the includes of engine.h and draw debug helpers. That's going to help us fulfill the requirements to supply text. Okay, so down here, we're going to go ahead and add some code. Okay, so we need a uScene component, a uStatic mesh component, and a uShape component. And we're going to create a uFunction. And this uFunction is going to be the onPlayerInPickupBox. But in actuality, all we're going to do, this function is the onOverlap. So all we got to do is open up either one of these, I imagine would be fine. Come down and grab our code right here. Okay, so I know that's kind of cheating, but why work hard? Go ahead and define these both. Okay, now that those are both done, we can come right over and start typing in some code. Okay, so here we're going to do, all right, so here we're going to set up the scene root component. Set that to pickup root. Now we're going to go ahead and create the mesh, a uStatic mesh component. Pointer arrow. We're going to attach to component, and we're going to attach it to the pickup root. All right, so the last section that we have. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and create the collision box. The first setting, we're going to set the scale of it just to 1. We're going to need a couple more of these. Okay, the next one we're going to set, here we're going to set the bGenerate on overlap events equal to true. So here on the onComponent begin overlap, we're going to start by calling this function, and as soon as we end the overlap, we'll call our other function. That is the core of the code. Now all we have to do is come down here and do a couple more things. Let's make sure, I know I put it in here, but I'm not too positive. Until you compile it, it really doesn't like it. We'll put it over here. So here we're going to say something fun. Let's go ahead and do this here is a different way of doing the debug message. This is actually going to put it at the object. have a message show up. I don't do anything with this, or at least I don't need to do anything with it. Just to be different, we'll go with the yellow color. We're going to have this show up on the screen, we'll say for 3 seconds.
I paid lots of money for that.
And this last option puts a drop shadow on. And now, what we're going to do, now we're just going to have a little bit of fun with the whole assignment. Okay, so believe it or not, that should be everything. All right, everything compiled correctly, but I noticed I forgot one line of code. It is actually this one here, and we can put this anywhere here really. We're just going to change this to the pickup box. Everything else on that should be the same. We can recompile. We can now come to the Unreal Editor. We can bring our component into the world. And there's our box. I just lost it, but there it is. Right now there's nothing inside our box because we haven't assigned a mesh to it. But we will get to that. All right, perfect. And now we can click on the mesh. We can come to a spear to go with our little joke. Let's give it a color. Scale it down. All right, and because we did make this completely editable, we can actually adjust the size of everything. All right, so with that being said, we should be good to go. Okay, so now if we go over to the ball, notice it says, hey, a shiny ball. And as soon as I will walk away, there it goes. It says somebody stole it. All right, well, believe it or not, I believe that is the assignment. See you next week.